The champagne bubbles in my glass catch the light from the chandelier as I watch my father work the room at his retirement party. 37 years at the steel mill, and Tom Foster still has grease under his fingernails despite scrubbing them raw for tonight. He's telling the same story about the time he caught a supervisor stealing copper wire, gesturing wildly with his beer bottle, and everyone's laughing like it's the first time they've heard it. My mother, Linda, bustles between the kitchen and living room in her best dress, the navy blue one she bought at JCPenney for my college graduation 5 years ago. She's refilling chip bowls and making sure everyone has enough to drink, her face flushed with pride and the heat from the oven where she's been keeping the lasagna warm. "Alex, honey, come tell everyone about that promotion you got," she calls out, beaming at me across the crowded living room of their modest ranch house. I'm about to respond when I feel Olivia's perfectly manicured fingers dig into my arm. She's standing beside me in her designer cocktail dress, a black number that cost more than my parents' mortgage payment, and the look on her face could freeze hell over. "Your family's so low class," she whispers in my ear, her voice dripping with disdain. "I'm ashamed to be seen with them." The words hit me like a physical blow. I look at my father, still animated in his storytelling, his face bright with joy. I look at my mother, who saved for 6 months to cater this party herself. I look at my sister Jenny, who drove 8 hours from college to be here. I look at my Uncle Pete, who closed his auto shop early to celebrate with us. Then I look at Olivia, with her perfect blonde hair and her cold blue eyes, and something inside me snaps into crystal clarity. "Then let's fix that," I say calmly, setting down my champagne glass. She blinks, confused by my tone. "What do you mean?" "I mean," I say, loud enough that several people nearby turn to look, "the wedding's off." The room doesn't go silent immediately. It takes a few seconds for the words to ripple outward, for conversations to halt mid-sentence, for my mother to drop the serving spoon she's holding. Olivia's face goes white, then red. "Alex, what are you—" "The wedding is off, Olivia." I turn to face the room, raising my voice. "Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt Dad's party, but I have an announcement. Olivia and I won't be getting married next month after all." My father steps forward, concern creasing his weathered face. "Son, what's going on?" "Nothing's wrong, Dad. Just a change of plans." I look directly at Olivia, whose mouth is opening and closing like a fish out of water. Some people aren't who you think they are. The silence that follows is deafening. Olivia grabs my arm again, her nails digging in hard enough to leave marks. "We need to talk," she hisses. "Now." "No, we don't." I gently remove her hand from my arm. "I think you should leave." "Alex, you're being ridiculous." "Am I?" I pull out my phone and open the voice recording app. I've been recording for the past 5 minutes ever since she made her comment about my family. "Would you like me to play back what you just said about the people who raised me?" Her face goes ashen. She knows exactly what's on that recording. "You wouldn't dare." "Try me." For a moment, we stare at each other. The room is so quiet, I can hear the refrigerator humming in the kitchen. Then Olivia grabs her purse from the coffee table and storms toward the door. "This isn't over, Alex," she calls back. "You'll regret this." The front door slams behind her, and slowly, conversation begins to resume. My mother appears at my elbow, her eyes wide with worry. "Honey, are you okay?" I put my arm around her shoulders and squeeze. "I'm perfect, Mom." Absolutely perfect. But as I watch Olivia's BMW screech out of the driveway through the living room window, I know she's right about one thing. This isn't over. It's just beginning. The next morning, I'm sitting in my apartment with my laptop open, crafting the perfect social media post. The coffee is strong, my head is clear, and I have a plan. Olivia Davenport and I have decided to call off our wedding. Sometimes you discover that the person you thought you knew has very different values than you do. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Let's fix that dodged a bullet. I attach a photo from last night. Olivia, in her expensive dress, looking disdainfully at my father while he's telling his story. Her expression says everything. I'd snapped it without her noticing, thinking it was just a candid moment. Now it's evidence. The post goes live at 9 a.m. sharp, just as Olivia's social circle is having their morning lattes and scrolling through their feeds. My phone starts buzzing immediately. The first call is from my best friend Jenna, who's been suspicious of Olivia since day one. Holy shit, Alex! What happened? I tell her everything. The comment about my family, the recording, the public confrontation. Jenna listens without interrupting, which is unusual for her. I knew she was trouble, she says finally. That woman looked at your family like they were something she'd scrape off her shoe. Yeah, well, now everyone else knows it too. Have you seen the comments on your post? I hadn't looked yet. When I refresh the page, there are already 47 comments and climbing. Most are supportive, but a few are from Olivia's friends, defending her and attacking me. He's just trying to embarrass her because she's out of his league, writes Madison Cooper, one of Olivia's sorority sisters. Olivia is the sweetest person I know. Alex must be having some kind of breakdown, adds Chelsea Hartman. But then I see a comment that makes me pause. It's from someone named Anonymous Account, and it simply says, "Ask Olivia about her late nights with Ethan Morrison." Ethan Morrison, Olivia's best friend from college. The guy who's always hanging around, always texting her, always having emergencies that require her immediate attention. I screenshot the comment before it can be deleted and send it to Jenna. Who do you think Anonymous Account is? I text her. Someone who knows something we don't. Want me to do some digging? Jenna works in digital marketing, which means she's basically a professional internet detective. If there's dirt to be found, she'll find it. Do it. By noon, my phone is ringing constantly. Reporters from the local paper want to know about the dramatic wedding cancellation. Friends are texting with questions and support. My mother calls to check on me 3 times. But the most interesting call comes from a number I don't recognize. Is this Alex Foster? Depends who's asking. This is someone who thinks you should know the truth about your ex-fiancée. The voice is female, nervous, with a slight southern accent. I'm listening. Olivia and Ethan have been together for 2 years. She was only marrying you for your connections at the tech company. They've been laughing about your family for months, taking bets on how long you'd last. My grip tightens on the phone. Who is this? Someone who's tired of watching her destroy people. Check her phone records. Check the hotel on 5th Street. Room 237. She's there every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. The line goes end. I sit in my kitchen, staring at the phone, feeling like the floor has dropped out from under me. 2 years. They've been together for 2 years, which means she was cheating on me almost from the beginning of our relationship. My phone buzzes with a text from Jenna. You need to see this. Coming over now. 20 minutes later, she's at my door with her laptop and a grim expression. Okay, so I did some digging on Ethan Morrison, she says, settling onto my couch. And holy shit, Alex. This guy is a piece of work. She turns her laptop toward me. The screen shows Ethan's Instagram account, which is full of expensive restaurants, luxury cars, and photos with Olivia that are definitely more than friendly. Look at the timestamps, Jenna says, pointing to the screen. This photo of them at Le Bernardin? That's from last Tuesday, the same Tuesday you thought she was at her book club. She scrolls through more photos. Ethan and Olivia at a Knicks game, at a wine tasting in the Hamptons, at what looks like a very intimate dinner for 2. But here's the really interesting part, Jenna continues. I cross-referenced the locations with your social media posts. Every single time you were out of town for work, they were together. Every single time. I feel sick, not just because of the betrayal, but because of how stupid I've been. How blind. There's more, Jenna says quietly. I found some financial records. Public information mostly. Ethan's been funding a pretty expensive lifestyle on a freelance photographer's salary. Guess who's been supplementing his income? Olivia. Bingo. But not just Olivia. Her mother's been funneling money to him through her charity foundation. Looks like it's been going on for over a year. I lean back against the couch cushions, processing this information. Olivia's mother, Patricia Davenport, runs a foundation that supposedly helps underprivileged children. She's always bragging about her charitable work at dinner parties. So let me get this straight, I say slowly. Olivia's been cheating on me with Ethan. Her mother's been paying him with charity money. And they've all been laughing at my family behind my back. That's about the size of it. And they thought I'd never find out. Apparently. I stand up and walk to the window, looking out at the city. Somewhere out there, Olivia is probably having lunch with her friends, spinning some story about how I'm unstable, and she's the victim. Ethan is probably taking photos of overpriced cocktails with money stolen from children's charities. Patricia is probably planning how to destroy my reputation to protect her daughters. They think they're untouchable because they have money and connections and the right last names. They're about to learn how wrong they are. Jenna, I say, turning back to her, how would you feel about helping me with a little project? She grins. I thought you'd never ask. It takes us 3 days to gather everything we need. Jenna's skills with social media analytics and public records searches prove invaluable, and the anonymous caller, who turns out to be a former employee of Patricia's foundation, provides us with documentation that makes my head spin. Bank transfers, hotel receipts, text messages between Olivia and Ethan that would make a sailor blush, photos of them together that leave no doubt about the nature of their relationship, and most damning of all, audio recordings of them mocking my family. Did you hear his father's speech at dinner? Olivia's voice is crystal clear on the recording. I thought I was going to die of embarrassment, and his mother with that awful dress from J.C. Penney. At least you're almost done with this charade, Ethan replies. Once you're married, you can get those tech contracts for my business, and we can ditch the deadweight. God, I can't wait. His family is like something out of a trailer park reality show. I have to stop the recording there. My hands are shaking with rage. Where did this come from? I ask our anonymous source, who's agreed to meet us at a coffee shop downtown. She's a young woman named Sarah, probably mid-20s, with tired eyes and a nervous demeanor. Olivia recorded it herself, Sarah explains. She thought it was hilarious. She played it for everyone at the foundation's Christmas party last year. That's when I realized what kind of person I was working for. And you kept a copy? I kept copies of everything. Patricia Davenport was stealing from children's charities to fund her daughter's affair. I wasn't going to let that slide. Jenna leans forward. Are you willing to go on record with this? Sarah nods. I've already contacted the State Attorney General's office. They're opening an investigation into the foundation. But I thought you deserved to know the truth about what they were saying about your family. I reach across the table and shake her hand. Thank you. You have no idea what this means to me. Actually, I do. My family's working class too. I know what it feels like to be looked down on by people who think money makes them better than everyone else. That evening, Jenna and I sit in my apartment, planning our next move. We have enough evidence to destroy all 3 of them, but we need to be strategic about how we release it. We can't just dump everything at once, Jenna says, pacing around my living room. That's amateur hour. We need to let it build, let them dig themselves deeper. What do you suggest? We start with the affair. Post the photos and hotel records. Let Olivia try to explain that away. Then, when she inevitably lies about it, we release the audio recordings. After that, we go after the money trail. And Ethan? Jenna grins wickedly. Oh, I have special plans for Ethan. The next morning, I create a new blog called The Truth About Olivia Davenport. The first post is simple and devastating, a timeline of Olivia and Ethan's relationship, complete with photos, hotel receipts, and credit card records showing her paying for everything. For 2 years, while planning our wedding and meeting my family, Olivia Davenport was conducting an affair with photographer Ethan Morrison. She used money from her trust fund, and possibly her mother's charity, to finance their relationship while lying to everyone around her. These are the facts. Draw your own conclusions. I post it at 8 a.m. and send the link to every mutual friend we have on social media. Within an hour, my phone starts ringing. The first call is from Olivia herself. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" she screams into the phone. "Telling the truth," I reply calmly. "Is there something inaccurate in my post?" "You can't do this to me." "I'll sue you for defamation." Truth is an absolute defense against defamation, Olivia. Everything I posted is documented fact. But please call your lawyer. I'd love to see you try to explain those hotel records in court. She hangs up on me. The second call is from Madison Cooper, one of Olivia's friends who'd defended her in the comments of my original post. "Alex, I owe you an apology," she says quietly. "I had no idea." "About the affair?" "About any of it." "The things she said about your family." "God, I'm so sorry. We all thought she loved you. She loved what I could do for her." "Is it true about the charity money?" "That investigation is ongoing. But yes, I believe it is." Madison is quiet for a long moment. She's been calling everyone, trying to get us to defend her on social media. She wants us to say you're lying, that you're having a breakdown. And what did you tell her? I told her to go to hell. By noon, the blog post has been shared over 300 times. The local news has picked it up. Someone's created a hashtag Olivia Exposed. But the best response comes from an unexpected source, Ethan Morrison himself. He posts a long, rambling statement on his Instagram, claiming that he and Olivia are just friends, and that I'm a jealous ex trying to destroy an innocent woman. It's exactly what Jenna predicted he'd do. "Amateur," she says, showing me the post. "He just gave us the perfect opening for Phase 2. That afternoon, I post the audio recordings. The reaction is immediate and brutal. Within hours, #Olivia Exposed is trending locally. The comments on Ethan's Instagram post turn from supportive to savage as people realize he lied to them. But the real fireworks start when Patricia Davenport issues a statement through her lawyer, threatening to sue me for attacking a prominent charitable organization with baseless accusations. That's when I release the financial records. The story explodes. Local news stations pick it up. The state attorney general's office confirms they're investigating the Davenport Foundation. 3 other women come forward to say that Olivia had made similar disparaging comments about their families. By the end of the week, Olivia has deactivated all her social media accounts. Ethan's photography business has lost half its clients. Patricia's foundation has suspended operations pending the investigation. But I'm not done yet, because on Friday evening I get a call from Marcus Webb, someone I thought was a friend. "Alex, man, you need to stop this," he says. "You're going too far." "Too far?" "They stole money from children's charities, Marcus. That's not proven. And even if it's true, what you're doing is cruel. Olivia's getting death threats." I feel a chill run down my spine. Death threats? People are calling her all kinds of names, saying terrible things. Her mother had to hire security. This has gotten out of hand. "Marcus, she spent 2 years lying to me, cheating on me, and mocking my family. She was going to marry me just to steal business contacts. How is exposing the truth cruel? Because you're destroying her life over a relationship that didn't work out. It's petty and vindictive." Petty? I can't believe what I'm hearing. She called my family low-class trailer trash. She laughed about my father's retirement speech. So what? People say mean things when relationships end. That doesn't give you the right to ruin her entire life. I realize that Marcus isn't calling as a friend. He's calling as someone who's chosen a side, and it isn't mine. Are you seriously defending her right now? I'm defending basic human decency. What you're doing is sick, Alex. You need help. He hangs up before I can respond. Within an hour, I get similar calls from 3 other people I thought were friends: Jennifer Walsh, Tom Chen, and David Rodriguez. All of them have the same message. I've gone too far, I'm being vindictive, I need to stop. None of them seem to care about what Olivia did to me or my family. They're only concerned about her reputation and her feelings. I realize that these people were never really my friends. They were Olivia's friends who tolerated me because I was with her. Now that she's in trouble, they're circling the wagons. The betrayal cuts deeper than I expected. Losing Olivia was painful, but not surprising. I'd already started to see who she really was. But losing people I trusted, people I thought cared about me, feels like a punch to the gut. Jenna comes over that evening and finds me sitting on my couch, staring at my phone. "What's wrong?" she asks. I tell her about the calls, about my friends turning against me. "They're not your friends," she says firmly. "Friends don't ask you to swallow abuse and pretend it didn't happen. Friends don't tell you to protect someone who hurt you." Maybe they're right. Maybe I have gone too far. Jenna sits down next to me and grabs my shoulders, forcing me to look at her. "Alex Foster, listen to me. That woman spent 2 years of your life lying to you. She cheated on you, stole from you emotionally, and planned to use you for business connections. She insulted your family, people who love you unconditionally, and laughed about it with her lover. She took money meant for children's charities to fund her affair. And when you exposed the truth, she tried to destroy your reputation with lies." She pauses, making sure I'm listening. "You didn't do anything to her except tell the truth. If the truth is destroying her life, that's because her life was built on lies. Don't you dare feel guilty for refusing to be a victim. I know she's right, but it doesn't make it easier. What do I do about Marcus and the others? Nothing. Let them show you who they really are, and then move on with your life. But as I go to bed that night, I can't shake the feeling that this isn't over. Olivia's been quiet for too long. She's planning something. I just don't know what. I don't have to wait long to find out what Olivia's planning. On Monday morning, I wake up to 17 missed calls and 43 text messages. The first one I read from Jenna just says, "Check the news. Now." I turn on the local morning show and there's Olivia, sitting across from the anchor in a tasteful gray dress, looking like the picture of wounded innocence. "I want people to know the real story," she's saying, dabbing at her eyes with a tissue. "Alex has been struggling with some personal issues since he lost his job last month. I think the stress of unemployment, combined with some family problems, just pushed him over the edge." I stare at the screen in disbelief. I didn't lose my job. I got promoted 3 weeks ago. And what family problems? "The things he's posted online about me are a mix of lies and private moments taken completely out of context," Olivia continues. "Yes, Ethan and I are close friends. We have been since college. But there's nothing inappropriate about our relationship. Alex became obsessed with the idea that I was cheating, and when I tried to get him help for his paranoia, he lashed out." The anchor nods sympathetically. "What about the allegations regarding your mother's charity?" "Completely false. My mother has devoted her life to helping underprivileged children. The idea that she would steal from her own foundation is absurd. We're cooperating fully with the investigation because we have nothing to hide." "And the audio recordings?" Olivia's face hardens slightly. "Those recordings were taken without my knowledge or consent, which is illegal in this state. They've also been edited to remove context. My lawyer is looking into pressing charges." I grab my phone and call Jenna. "Please tell me you're watching this," I say. "Oh, I'm watching. And I'm recording." This woman has some serious balls. She's claiming I lost my job. She's claiming the recordings are edited. Alex, breathe. She's desperate, and desperate people make mistakes. This interview is going to backfire on her spectacularly. How can you be sure? Because I have the unedited recordings, your employment records, and about 50 witnesses to your mental state at your father's retirement party. Let her dig this hole deeper. We'll bury her in it. But over the next few days, it becomes clear that Olivia's media blitz is working. The story starts to shift from socialite caught in charity scandal to woman targeted by unstable ex-boyfriend. Marcus, Jennifer, Tom, and David all give statements to reporters supporting Olivia's version of events. They describe me as increasingly paranoid and controlling in the months before the breakup. They claim I was obsessed with Olivia's friendship with Ethan and hostile toward anyone with money. The betrayal is complete and devastating. The breaking point comes on Thursday evening. I'm having dinner with my parents, trying to escape the media circus, when my father's phone rings. "Hello?" he answers. Then his face goes white. "What?" "No, that's not. Who is this?" He hangs up and looks at me with confusion and hurt. "Someone just called to tell me that you've been lying about what happened at my retirement party. They said Olivia never insulted our family, that you made the whole thing up because you were having a mental breakdown." My mother gasps. "Tom, that's ridiculous." "I know it is, Linda. But why would someone call here to tell us that?" I feel my hands clench into fists. It's one thing to attack me in the media. It's another thing entirely to drag my parents into this mess and make them question what they saw with their own eyes. "Dad, you were there." "You heard what she said. I heard you call off the wedding." "I didn't hear what she said to you before that." He's right. Olivia was careful to whisper her insult so only I could hear it. The recording on my phone captured it, but that's been dismissed as edited and taken out of context. "Someone's trying to mess with your head," I tell him. "Don't let them." But I can see the doubt in his eyes. Not doubt about me, exactly, but doubt about the situation. Doubt about whether he understands what really happened. That night, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, realizing that Olivia has managed to turn my own friends against me and is now going after my family. She's not just defending herself, she's actively trying to destroy my life. On Friday morning, I get a call from my boss at the tech company. "Alex, we need to talk," he says. "Can you come in early today?" I know what this is about before I even get to the office. Someone, probably Patricia Davenport, who has connections everywhere, has been making calls. "I'm going to cut to the chase," my boss says when I sit down across from his desk. "We've had some concerns raised about your recent public activities." Concerns? The company has relationships with several organizations that the Davenport family is involved with. This media situation you're involved in is creating some awkward conversations. I feel my stomach drop. "Are you firing me?" "No, not firing. But we think it might be best if you took some time off. Let things cool down. We're calling it a leave of absence for personal reasons." "How long?" "A month, maybe 2. With pay, of course. We just need this situation to resolve itself. I want to argue, but I know it won't help. The Davenports have money and influence, and they're using both to squeeze me from every angle." When I get home, there's an envelope slipped under my door. Inside is a single sheet of paper with a message typed in simple black font. "Stop now, or we'll destroy everything you have left. This is your only warning. It's not signed, but it doesn't need to be." I call Jenna and tell her about the forced leave of absence and the threatening note. "They're scared," she says. "This is exactly what cornered animals do. They lash out with everything they have. It's working, though. My job, my friends. They're even going after my family now." "Alex, I need you to listen to me very carefully. We have one shot to end this, but we have to be smart about it. Are you ready to go nuclear?" "What do you mean?" "I mean we release everything, all at once. The unedited recordings, the financial documents, the hotel receipts, the text messages between Olivia and Ethan, the evidence of Patricia's embezzlement. We don't hold anything back. That's what we've been doing." "No, we've been strategic. We've been playing games. It's time to stop playing and start winning." She's right. I've been trying to be the bigger person, trying to maintain some moral high ground. But Olivia and her allies aren't interested in moral high ground. They're interested in winning at any cost. "Do it," I tell her. "You're sure?" Once we do this, there's no going back. I'm sure. That evening, Jenna and I work until 3 a.m., compiling everything into a comprehensive website. We call it The Complete Truth, and it contains every piece of evidence we have, organized chronologically with detailed explanations and context. The audio recordings are presented in full, unedited, with timestamps and technical analysis proving they haven't been altered. The financial documents show the exact path of money from Patricia's charity to Ethan's accounts. The text messages between Olivia and Ethan are presented with metadata proving their authenticity. But the centerpiece is a video I didn't know existed until Sarah, our whistleblower source, provided it. It's security footage from the hotel where Olivia and Ethan have been meeting. The timestamp shows it was recorded just 2 days before my father's retirement party. In the video, Olivia and Ethan are in the hallway outside room 237, kissing passionately before going inside together. There's no context needed, no explanation required. It's definitive proof that everything Olivia said on television was a lie. We launch the website at 6 a.m. on Saturday, then send the link to every major news outlet, blogger, and social media influencer in the city. The response is immediate and overwhelming. By noon, #CompleteTruth is trending nationally. The video of Olivia and Ethan has been viewed over 1 million times. News outlets are retracting their previous stories and issuing corrections. Marcus calls me at 2 p.m. "Alex, I'm sorry. I had no idea." "No, you didn't," I reply coldly. "Because you didn't bother to find out. You just assumed I was lying." She was very convincing. She was lying, Marcus, about everything, and you chose to believe her over me. I know. I screwed up. Can we talk? Can I make this right? No, I say, and hang up. Jennifer, Tom, and David all try to call over the next few hours. I don't answer. The real satisfaction comes at 6 p.m. when the local news runs a special report. They've interviewed Sarah, who provides detailed testimony about Patricia's embezzlement. They've had the audio recordings analyzed by independent experts who confirm they're unedited. They've tracked down other women who confirm that Olivia has a pattern of making disparaging comments about people's families. The anchor who interviewed Olivia earlier in the week issues an on-air apology, admitting they didn't properly fact-check her claims. By Sunday morning, Patricia Davenport has been arrested for embezzlement. Ethan's photography business has completely collapsed. All his remaining clients have canceled their contracts. Olivia has checked into a wellness retreat in Arizona, which everyone knows is code for hiding until the scandal blows over. But I'm not done yet, because on Sunday afternoon, I get a visit from the 4 people who betrayed me when I needed them most. Marcus, Jennifer, Tom, and David show up at my apartment together, looking sheepish and uncomfortable. "We need to talk," Marcus says when I open the door. "No, we don't." "Alex, please. We know we screwed up. We want to make it right." I step outside and close the door behind me, forcing them to have this conversation in the hallway where my neighbors can hear. "You want to make it right?" I ask. "You spent a week telling anyone who would listen that I was having a mental breakdown. You supported a woman who called my family trailer trash. You chose her over me without even asking for my side of the story. And now that the truth is out, you want to make it right?" "We were wrong," Jennifer says quietly. "We should have trusted you." "Yes, you should have, but you didn't. And that tells me everything I need to know about what our friendship meant to you." "Come on, man," Tom says. "We've been friends for years. That has to count for something." "Has to count for something?" I laugh, but there's no humor in it. "You know what counted for something? The fact that I was there when your father died, Tom. I was there when you got divorced, Jennifer. I was there when you lost your job, Marcus. I was there for all of you, whenever you needed me." They all look uncomfortable now, remembering. "But when I needed you, when someone was attacking me and my family, where were you? You were on television calling me unstable. You were giving quotes to reporters about my paranoia. You were actively helping the people who were trying to destroy me." We didn't know, David starts. You didn't want to know. I cut him off. It was easier to believe I was crazy than to admit that your precious Olivia was a sociopathic liar. Well, congratulations. You chose correctly. You picked the popular side, the safe side, the side with money and connections. Alex, please. Marcus tries again. You picked wrong, I continue. And now you want forgiveness because the truth came out and you're embarrassed. But here's the thing about betrayal. It reveals character. And your character is that when things get difficult, when loyalty actually costs something, you run. I look at each of them in turn. I don't want your apologies. I don't want to work things out. I want you to leave me alone and live with the consequences of your choices, because that's what adults do. I turn to go back inside, then pause. Oh, and if any of you ever contact my family again, if you ever try to involve them in your guilt and self-pity, I will make what happened to Olivia look like a gentle warning. Are we clear? They nod mutely. I go back inside and close the door, leaving them standing in the hallway. Through the peephole, I watch them shuffle away like scolded children. It should feel satisfying, but mostly it just feels empty. These people were part of my life for years, and now they're gone forever. Not because of some natural drift or changing circumstances, but because when it mattered most, they showed me who they really were. But as I sit in my quiet apartment, I realize something important. I'm not sad about losing them. I'm relieved, because now I know exactly who I can trust and who I can't. And that knowledge, painful as it was to acquire, is invaluable. 3 weeks later, I'm back at work, and life has settled into a new normal. The media circus has moved on to other scandals. Patricia Davenport has been indicted on multiple counts of embezzlement and fraud. Ethan Morrison has left town, reportedly to start over somewhere his reputation hasn't followed him. Olivia remains at her wellness retreat, though rumors suggest she's actually hiding out at her aunt's house in Florida. The investigation into Patricia's charity has uncovered over $200,000 in missing funds, money that was supposed to go to after-school programs and summer camps for underprivileged kids. The irony isn't lost on me. She stole from children who probably came from families just like mine, families she and her daughter considered low class. I'm having coffee with Jenna on a Saturday morning when she shows me an article on her phone. Look at this, she says, grinning. It's a piece in the city paper about Patricia's foundation. The headline reads, "Charity Scandal Exposes Elite Family's True Character." The article goes into detail about how the Davenports used their charitable work as a front for tax evasion and money laundering, and how they looked down on the very people they claim to help. There's a quote in here from one of the kids who lost his spot in the summer program because of the missing funds, Jenna continues. He says his family worked 3 jobs to afford the program fee, and then they found out the money went to fund some rich lady's daughter's affair. I wince. That hits close to home. I never wanted kids to get hurt, I say. You didn't hurt them. Patricia and Olivia did. You just made sure they got caught. She's right, but it doesn't make it easier to read. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. Can we talk? Please. Oh, I show it to Jenna, who rolls her eyes. She's back in town? Apparently. Are you going to respond? I think about it for a moment, then delete the message without replying. But Olivia doesn't give up easily. Over the next few days, I get more texts, then voicemails, then emails. All with the same basic message. She wants to explain, she wants to apologize, she wants to clear the air. I ignore them all. Finally, on Thursday evening, she shows up at my apartment. I'm making dinner when there's a knock on my door. I look through the peephole and there she is, looking smaller somehow than I remember. Her perfect blonde hair is pulled back in a simple ponytail, and she's wearing jeans and a sweater instead of her usual designer outfits. I consider not answering, but I realize that I actually do want to hear what she has to say. Not because I'm interested in reconciliation or forgiveness, but because I'm curious about how she's going to try to spin this. I open the door, but don't invite her in. Hello, Alex. Olivia. We stand there for a moment, looking at each other. Up close, I can see that the past month has taken a toll on her. There are dark circles under her eyes, and she looks like she's lost weight. Can I come in? Just for a few minutes? No. She nods as if she expected that answer. I wanted to apologize, she says, for everything, for what I said about your family, for the affair, for lying about you in the media. I know it doesn't change anything, but I needed you to know that I'm sorry. Okay. That's it? Just okay? What do you want me to say, Olivia? Thank you? I forgive you? It's all water under the bridge? I don't know. Something. Anything. I lean against the doorframe, studying her face. You want to know what I think? I think you're sorry you got caught. I think you're sorry your life imploded. I think you're sorry that everyone now knows exactly who you are, but I don't think you're actually sorry for what you did to me. That's not true, isn't it? Because if you were really sorry, you would have stopped when I exposed the affair. You would have admitted what you did and accepted the consequences. Instead, you went on television and tried to destroy me. You turned my friends against me. You had people calling my parents to tell them I was lying. Her face flushes. I was scared. I panicked. No, you were angry that someone from a low-class family had the audacity to hold you accountable for your actions. You couldn't stand the idea that I, someone you considered beneath you, had outsmarted you. Alex, please. Do you want to know the worst part? I continue. It's not the cheating. It's not even the lying. It's that you spent 2 years pretending to love me while laughing about my family behind my back. You sat at my parents' dinner table, you hugged my mother, you listened to my father's stories, and the whole time you thought we were trash. Tears are running down her face now. I never said you were trash. You said my family was low class. You said you were ashamed to be seen with them. You laughed about my father's retirement speech. You made bets with your lover about how long you could stand to be around us. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Yes, you were. But not just wrong, cruel. Deliberately, intentionally cruel to people who never did anything but welcome you into their home and treat you like family. She's crying harder now, and for a moment I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. What can I do? She asks. How can I make this right? You can't. That's the point. Some things can't be fixed, Olivia. Some damage can't be undone. So that's it? You're just going to hate me forever? I consider the question seriously. No, I say finally. I'm not going to hate you forever. I'm going to forget you. I'm going to move on with my life, find someone who actually loves and respects me and my family, and build something real with them. And eventually, you'll just be a cautionary tale I tell my kids about why character matters more than money. The words hit her like physical blows. She staggers backward, her face crumpling. Alex, please don't do this. We can work through this. There is no we, Olivia. There never really was. There was just you using me until you didn't need me anymore. I step back into my apartment. Don't contact me again. Don't come here again. Don't call my family or my friends. It's over. It's been over since the moment you opened your mouth at my father's retirement party. I close the door and lock it. Through the thin wood, I can hear her sobbing in the hallway. Part of me wants to open the door again, to comfort her, to try to fix things. But I know that's just the old Alex, the Alex who always tried to make everyone else happy even at his own expense. The new Alex understands that some people don't deserve comfort. Some people need to live with the consequences of their choices. After a few minutes, the crying stops, and I hear footsteps walking away. I go to the window and watch her get into a car, not her BMW, which was apparently repossessed, but an older Honda that must be a rental or borrowed from someone. As she drives away, I realize that I feel nothing. Not anger, not satisfaction, not sadness, just a kind of empty peace. My phone rings. It's my mother. "Hi, honey, how are you doing?" "I'm good, Mom." "Really good. Your father and I were talking, and we wanted you to know how proud we are of you." "Proud?" "For standing up for us. For not letting that girl get away with treating us like we were nothing. It took courage to do what you did." I feel my throat tighten with emotion. "I couldn't let her get away with it. We know. And we love you for it. But more than that, we're proud of the man you've become. You could have just walked away, could have kept quiet to avoid the drama. Instead, you fought for what was right." "Thanks, Mom. Are you coming to dinner Sunday?" "Jenny's bringing her new boyfriend. Wouldn't miss it." After I hang up, I sit in my kitchen and think about everything that's happened over the past 2 months. I lost a fiancé who never really loved me. I lost friends who were never really friends. I lost a job temporarily, but got it back with a promotion and a raise. Apparently, standing up to the Davenports impressed my boss more than it worried him. But I also gained something invaluable, the knowledge that I'm stronger than I thought I was, that I won't tolerate being treated badly, and that the people who matter most, my family, will always have my back. A week later, I get a call from Sarah, the whistleblower who helped expose Patricia's charity fraud. "I wanted to thank you," she says. The investigation led to a complete audit of the foundation, and they found evidence of fraud going back almost 5 years. The kids who lost their spots in programs are being compensated, and the foundation is being restructured with proper oversight. That's great news. It wouldn't have happened without you. When you exposed Olivia's affair, it gave me the courage to come forward with what I knew about the financial stuff. You did the right thing. So did you. I know it cost you, but you saved a lot of kids from losing out on programs they needed. After she hangs up, I realize that maybe this whole nightmare actually had a purpose. Maybe it wasn't just about revenge or justice or even truth. Maybe it was about making sure that people who abuse their power and look down on others face real consequences for their actions. 3 months later, I'm at a coffee shop when I run into Marcus. He looks uncomfortable when he sees me, but approaches anyway. "Alex, how are you?" "I'm well. You?" "Good. Listen, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but I really am sorry about what happened. I should have trusted you." I study his face. He looks sincere, but I've learned not to trust appearances. "I appreciate that," I say. "But an apology doesn't undo the damage. I know, I wanted you to know that I learned something from all this, about loyalty, about friendship. I won't make the same mistake again." "Good. The next person you betray will appreciate that." He winces. "Fair enough. I guess I deserved that." "You did." He starts to walk away, then turns back. "For what it's worth, you were right about everything. And what you did, it took guts. I'm not sure I would have had the courage to fight back like that. That's the difference between us, Marcus. When someone attacks my family, I don't have a choice. I fight back." He nods and walks away. I finish my coffee and head home, thinking about courage and loyalty and the price of standing up for what's right. 6 months after my father's retirement party, I get an invitation to my cousin's wedding. At the reception, I'm talking to my uncle when a woman approaches us. "Excuse me, are you Alex Foster?" I tense up, wondering if this is another reporter or someone connected to the Davenports. "Yes. I'm Maria Santos. My son was in one of the programs that got cut when the Davenport Foundation money went missing." My stomach drops. "I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. I wanted to thank you. Because of what you did, my son got his spot back in the summer program. More than that, he got a scholarship for the whole year. The new foundation board said they wanted to make sure the kids who were hurt by the fraud got extra help." She takes my hand and squeezes it. I know what you went through to expose what they were doing. I know it cost you. But you saved my son's summer, maybe his whole future. So thank you. I don't know what to say. I just nod and try not to cry. After she walks away, my uncle puts his hand on my shoulder. You did good, Alex. Your father raised you right. That night, I lie in bed thinking about everything that's happened. The betrayal, the revenge, the consequences, the unexpected redemption. It's been the hardest year of my life, but also the most clarifying. I know now who I am and what I stand for. I know the difference between real friends and fair-weather friends. I know that love without respect is worthless, and that standing up for your family is always worth the cost. Most importantly, I know that when someone shows you who they really are, you should believe them the first time. A year later, I'm at another family gathering, this time my sister's graduation from law school. As I watch her walk across the stage, I think about how proud our parents are, how far we've all come, how strong our family bonds are. After the ceremony, Jenny finds me in the crowd. I heard what happened with Olivia, she says. Mom and Dad told me the whole story. Ancient history now. Maybe. But I wanted you to know what you did, standing up for us like that. It meant everything. No one gets to disrespect our family and get away with it. She hugs me tight. I'm proud to be your sister, Alex. I'm proud to be your brother. As we stand there, surrounded by our loud, loving, low-class family, I realize that Olivia was right about one thing. We are different from her world. We're better. We're loyal. We're honest. We fight for each other. And we don't apologize for who we are or where we came from. Later that evening, at the celebration dinner, my father stands up to make a toast. I want to say something about family, he begins, his voice strong and clear. Family isn't about money or status or what other people think of you. Family is about standing together when things get tough. It's about loyalty and love and never giving up on each other. He looks directly at me. This past year, someone tried to tear our family down, tried to make us ashamed of who we are. But my son showed them and all of us that we have nothing to be ashamed of. We're good people, and we stick together. He raises his glass, to family, to loyalty, and to never letting anyone make you feel small. Everyone raises their glasses, and as I look around the table at these people who love me unconditionally, I realize that I won something far more valuable than revenge. I won the knowledge that I'm exactly where I belong, with exactly the right people, and that's worth everything. 2 years later, I'm engaged again, this time to a woman named Rachel, who teaches elementary school and thinks my family is wonderful. When I told her the whole story about Olivia, she listened quietly and then said, "I'm glad you fought for them. That tells me everything I need to know about who you are." At our engagement party, held at my parents' house, Rachel fits right in with the loud conversations and the mismatched furniture and the genuine laughter. She helps my mother in the kitchen and listens to my father's stories and treats my family like they're already her family too. As I watch her talking animatedly with my sister about wedding plans, I think about the difference between real love and what I thought I had with Olivia. Real love doesn't ask you to be ashamed of where you came from. Real love doesn't require you to change who you are or apologize for your family. Real love sees the best in you and the people you care about. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. For a moment I wonder if it's Olivia again, but when I open it, it's from Sarah, the whistleblower. Saw your engagement announcement in the paper. Congratulations. She looks lovely, and I'm sure she appreciates having a man who knows how to fight for what matters. I smile and show the text to Rachel. "Who's Sarah?" she asks. "Someone who helped me learn the difference between right and wrong when it really mattered. I'd like to meet her sometime. I'd like that too." As the party continues around us, I realize that this is what happiness looks like. Not perfect, not fancy, not impressive to outsiders, but real and warm and built on a foundation of truth and mutual respect. Olivia thought my family wasn't good enough for her world. She was right. We're better.